Welcome everyone to the Reading Writing Corner. This is your host, Leanne. I want to welcome you if you haven't been here before, and if you have been here, welcome back, welcome back. I'm so glad to see you. You look so great, so beautiful. I hope you've had a wonderful day, and if your day has just started, I hope you have a wonderful day moving forward. This is the non-spoiler part of the video for River's Edge by Terry Blackstock. About the series, because it is a series of Cape Refuge. Cape Refuge is Cape Refuge is a small town where everyone knows everyone and nothing major happens in the community. Murder and mystery continue in book 3 of Cape Refuge, the series. What made me read this book? It is the third book in the Cape Refuge series, as you heard just a moment ago. I wanted to see if Kate and Blair ended up together because I had a couple I'm rooting for, and I really just want them to be together and just get together and have babies and be wonderful. You know, just all that lovely stuff. Sorry, that made me feel better. Alright, here we are. Ben Jackson is going head to head with Jonathan Clary in Cape Refuge mayoral race, and he's even expected to win when his wife Lisa turns up missing the day before the major debate. Suddenly, the town is in turmoil as proof of an alleged affair surfaces, indicating that Ben Jackson might have had motive to kill his wife. Meanwhile, newspaper owner Blair Owens has other suspicions, and so does police chief Kate. Together, they dig deeply into the mysterious disappearance that soon spirals into a web of confusion, dark secrets, and unsettling fraud. Then a town psychic reveals the location of Lisa's body at the bottom of the river. Even though Blair doesn't believe his paranormal gift is real, she can't imagine how he knew where the body was. The small town scandal quickly turns into a national media event. Is the murderer one of the obvious suspects, or someone they have no reason to doubt? The river held a lot more secrets than one person could ever know. Many people are in scams with each other. Secrets that should never have been kept because of greed. It's just that Blair will stop at nothing for the truth as she runs the newspaper, and Kate just wants things done by the book of the law. The setup of characters and motives are well and good. We can understand everything that goes on in their minds because, you know, it gives you the plot of them, gives you their character side view of a lot of them. The characters react to the situations that they get into with proper human emotions and responses, as far as I can tell, because, you know, I am not a detective, and I've never been part of a crime, so I honestly don't know how that stuff would go down. I assume from the movies and TV shows and other books that I have read that are based off of real life stuff, that this stuff is the way they're supposed to react, the way I expect them to react at least. The genre, of course, is Christian mystery, as Terry Blackstock does. And did this live up to my expectations? Yes, it was a very good mystery. It was a little better than the previous two, I can tell you that much. There was a lot more suspense, there was a lot more foreshadowing in this as well. Which character did I relate to the most? Kate, because he always does his best within the law. Unlike Murray, what's that name? Larry Millsap. Larry Millsap and Justifiable Means. Unlike him. What was more important, the character or the plot? The characters moved the plot, of course, but that's normal for most books. There are 6 point of views in this story, and it doesn't affect my reading because, I mean, like, if you've read Grim Reapers and the Days, there's a boatload of them in there. I don't know. I lost count of how many in that one. Should you go and read this story/series? Yes, if you like Christian mystery, if you like thrillers, if you like Terry Blackstock, you should go read this. That's all I gotta say about that. So now, all of you people who don't want to be spoiled, leave. Okay, guys. I gave you enough time to leave. Click out of here. Go away. If you're not, that's your own fault. So, in the first few chapters, of course, you meet the main characters, side characters, and important recurring characters. And, of course, as you know, there is Blair Owens. There is Margaret Clary. There is, of course, Jonathan Clary, who is trying to become mayor after the first book of Cape Refuge, when they found out the mayor was corrupt. And, of course, you have Matthew Cade, the chief of Cape Refuge. Okay, so you have Ronnie Randy Nixon. She is the business partner of Lisa Jackson. Then you have Ben Jackson, running for mayor against Jonathan Cleary. Wife was Lisa Jackson. Sam Sullivan started a rumor that Ben had been having an affair. You have Lisa Jackson, had miscarried children for the longest time until her murder. Carson Graham saw Lisa's death and played it off as a psychic who found the body. Only reason he saw it was because he was cheating with Melina Adams. Kylie Height, maid to Dr. Alan Sims. And yes, there's a reason why she's mentioned. Dr. Alan Sims, doctor for women that have miscarriages. He was committing medical fraud. Then you have Vince Barr, reporter that killed Lisa Jackson for a good story, then Carson Graham to keep him quiet. Yeah, can you believe that? The reporter, the one who put this all on national news, was Vincent Barr. The very person who killed Lisa Jackson because he wanted a good news story. I don't think there's anything really rhyme or reason besides the fact that she was the wife of Ben Jackson and he didn't really know too much information about it. So there are several POVs within this story. You have Blair Owens, Morgan Clary, Matthew Cade, Sadie Curacao. If you don't remember who Sadie is, poor Sadie. Her stepfather was abusive, her mother was no show. She's trying to save her little brother. Joe McCormick, who is, of course, a cop under Cade. Excuse me. And Ronnie Nixon, the business partner of Lisa Jackson, who reported her missing and everything. My favorite character was Sadie because she was a teen that started to turn her life around after escaping a bad situation in book 1. She is doing so much better, has a job. Geez, I forgot the rest of it. Yeah, she has a job, she goes to school, and she takes care of her brother, and she tries to keep her mother out of trouble. My most disliked character was Sheila. She got out of jail and wanted to take her kids away from a safe home to raise because she believed she could do right even after she had failed several times before, and didn't believe or nor like Morgan taking care of her son and being there for her daughter when she never was and couldn't. It was told in chronological order with appropriate language with good foreshadowing and suspense, and I do that because it's just the way it is. The background of the new characters are explained enough for the readers to understand. Like, Lisa was having fertility issues, she went to Dr. Alan Sims, who Morgan, who's also having fertility issues, went to. So that's the reason why they're mentioned, because Lisa was having issues finding out that he was a medical fraud. Morgan learning that he's a medical fraud too. I mean, like, you are just a fraud and you are just hurting everybody. In the end, the title of the book meant where the murder victim was found, the river's edge, because that's where she was found. And the book of it reflects that as well. I mean, like, if you can't see, here's some trees, here's the river's edge, here's the river, you know, there you go. That's it. What stood out as memorable was the conflict of issues like drugs, children, and miscarriages affect people and their decisions. The way she wrote it in here is that it encompassed all of it in a very real, very believable way, and it stood out to be that there is always a silver lining somewhere in the world, even if it's not something you find right away. It's out there. You just go look for the option. And if someone's giving you the wrong type of advice, or if you think you need to go searching for second opinions, go second opinions. Don't just trust one doctor and what they say, because sometimes what they say might not be the truth, because they want to spare you the details, or they think there's a 1% chance is not ideal for you. My favorite passage from the story is, oh, I know you. I know you because you're just like me. You could take Caleb out of here and back to that neighborhood, but you better know he's gonna grow up just like you, shooting up, snorting, beating women, in and out of jail. You need to decide if it's worth it. Morgan says this to Sheila. Is it worth it to turn him around like that? Is it worth take Caleb, your baby boy, and to take your daughter, Sadie, and make them like you, like the men that you date? My favorite quote, and the bright light of joy began to shine on their lives again, as if coming out of a dark. I don't think I need anything to say about that. What I thought about the end of the book. I am so happy that Morgan's fertility issues were fibroids that could be removed, that Jonathan became mayor and that Cade and Blair ended up as a couple. That should have been the end of the series to me, but there is one more story to be read. Instead of it being a trilogy, it's a quadology. Is that the right word? Quadology? Quadology? A quadology. A little weird, but they could have just ended it there, but I guess I wanted one more story to give out, so that's what they did. What book does it remind me of? Justifiable Means, Cape Refuge and Thundering Southern Storm by Terry Blackstock. As you know, this book is part of a series called Cape Refuge, and it is 4 series books long. This is the 3rd one in the series. I gave this one a, I guess I can give this one actually a 4.5 because I really liked the mystery, and I really liked a lot of other stuff that I can't remember right now because I just talked about it. Anyways, I give it a 4.5. So, I will see you next illusion.